my champions, I want to ask you a simple question. Are you ready to change your life today? Not tomorrow, not next year, today. See, most people dream of success, but dreams alone won't build empires. Dreams don't pay bills. Dreams don't make you the best version of yourself. What builds success is action, consistent focus, and relentless action. You're here today because deep down you're made for more. I'm here to hand you the blueprint, the exact steps to stop settling and start building a life you're proud of. Well, let me tell you this isn't about shortcuts. There's no elevator to success. You've got to take the stairs. So stay with me until the very end, because I promise you by the time we're done, you'll have the tools, the mindset, and the fire to build your future brick by brick. Success is deeply personal. It's not about conforming to someone else's idea of achievement or chasing what society deems as successful. True success begins when you define it for yourself, when you stop living by someone else's blueprint and start creating your own. Ask yourself, what does success mean to me? Is it financial freedom, a thriving career, loving relationships, personal growth? The answer is unique to you, and that's the beauty of it. The world will try to sell you its definition of success, fame, wealth, status, but none of that matters if it doesn't resonate with your soul. Success isn't something external. It's something internal. It's about aligning your actions with your values, passions, and purpose. Here's the truth without clarity. You'll drift. You'll find yourself chasing goals that leave you unfulfilled or running in circles because you haven't taken the time to define what truly matters. Clarity is the compass that guides you through the noise and distractions, and so it helps you say no to things that don't serve you and yes to the things that move you closer to your vision. But defining success isn't just about knowing what you want, it's also about understanding why you want it. Your why is your fuel. It's the thing that keeps you going when the journey gets tough, when the setbacks pile up, and when doubt starts whispering in your ear. A strong personal reason behind your definition of success will keep you grounded and focused. Now let's talk about authenticity. When you define success for yourself, you're no longer competing with anyone else. You stop looking left and right, comparing yourself to others because you're running a race that only you can win. The only competition that matters is the one between who you are today and who you can become tomorrow. That's where growth happens. That's where fulfillment lives. Defining success also means embracing balance. It's not just about winning in one area of your life while letting the rest fall apart. What good is a successful career if your health is in shambles, or a big bank account if your relationships are broken? Success is holistic. It's about building a life where every aspect contributes to your happiness and well-being. Finally, remember that your definition of success can evolve. Who you are today is not who you'll be 5 years from now. Your dreams, priorities, and values will change as you grow. Be flexible and open to redefining success as you journey through life. It's not a fixed destination, it's a dynamic process. When you take the time to define success for yourself, when you create a vision that's aligned with who you are and what you truly want, you give yourself the power to live a life that's not just impressive but meaningful. That's the foundation of the blueprint. Your mindset is the cornerstone of success. It's not just about what you do, but how you think. The truth is, your mind is your most powerful tool, capable of shaping your reality and driving your actions toward greatness or holding you back in chains of self-doubt and fear. The way you perceive challenges, opportunities, and even failures determines how far you can go. A fixed mindset sees limitations, barriers, and insurmountable odds. It whispers this is just how things are. You can't change it. On the other hand, a growth mindset sees possibilities, lessons, and paths to overcome. It tells you this is hard, but it's worth it. You can figure it out. Your mindset influences every decision you make, every risk you take, and every goal you set. Think about it. How often do people give up before they even start because they've convinced themselves they're not good enough or that success is reserved for others? That's not reality. That's a story they've chosen to believe. And if you can choose a limiting story, you can also choose one that empowers you. Believing in yourself is not just some feel-good mantra, it's the foundation of action. When you believe you can grow, adapt, and improve, you start to take risks. You step out of your comfort zone, knowing that even if you fail, you'll learn something valuable. That belief allows you to push through discomfort, endure setbacks, and stay consistent even when results seem far away. But here's the thing, mindset isn't just about positivity. It's about resilience. It's about understanding that success is messy, uncomfortable, and often filled with uncertainty. A powerful mindset doesn't ignore obstacles and confronts them. It recognizes the fear, acknowledges the doubt, and still takes the next step forward. That's the difference between wishing for success and being relentless in pursuing it. Your thoughts have a direct impact on your actions, and your actions create your results. If you're constantly feeding your mind negativity, self-doubt, and excuses, you're setting yourself up for failure before you even begin. But when you train your mind to focus on solutions instead of problems, on opportunities instead of limitations, everything changes. You start to see paths where others see walls. You start to believe that what seems impossible is simply untried. Cultivating the right mindset requires intentionality. It's not something that happens overnight. It's a daily practice of challenging negative thoughts, replacing them with empowering ones, and feeding your mind with inspiration, knowledge, and belief. It's choosing growth over comfort, purpose over fear, and determination over doubt. Ultimately, your mindset is what sets the tone for your journey. It's the lens through which you view every experience, and it determines whether you use those experiences to grow or to stay stuck. If you want to succeed, start by mastering your mind, because when your mind is right, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Success is built on consistent, relentless effort. There are no shortcuts, no magic formulas, no easy routes to achieving greatness. The path to success is paved with hard work, perseverance, and the daily discipline to show up even when motivation falters. It's easy to get inspired by the success stories we see in the media, the ones where people seem to rise to the top overnight. But the truth is, those stories rarely tell you the full picture. They don't show the countless hours spent grinding, the sacrifices made, or the failures faced along the way. Behind every success is a story of unyielding effort and determination. You have to be willing to put in the work when no one is watching, when the results aren't immediate, and when the going gets tough. Success doesn't come to the one who tries the hardest for a short burst. It belongs to the one who keeps going when the enthusiasm fades. The discipline to continue when the motivation wanes is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Hard work doesn't always mean working harder. It means working smarter, being strategic in your efforts. It's about dedicating yourself to the right things. Too many people confuse being busy with being productive. Just because you're doing something doesn't mean it's moving you closer to your goals. That's where discipline comes in, knowing what matters most and focusing your energy on those things. It also means showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new goals and ambitions. We start with great enthusiasm, but as time goes on, the novelty wears off and the work becomes repetitive. This is where consistency wins the race. Day in and day out, you put in the effort, even when it feels like you're not making any progress. Over time, those small actions compound, and you'll look back to realize how much you've come. Sometimes the hardest part is not the work itself, but the mental toughness to keep pushing through the challenges. There will be days when things don't go your way, when failure seems inevitable, and when the results don't match your effort. But it's precisely in these moments that your work ethic will be tested. Will you quit, or will you rise to the occasion? The most successful people aren't the ones who avoided failure. They're the ones who embraced it, learned from it, and kept moving forward. The road to success is long and difficult, but every step you take, every ounce of effort you put in, brings you closer to your goals. If you want to see results, you have to commit to the grind. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, but it's the only way forward. Hard work may not guarantee success, but it makes success inevitable. If you keep working, if you stay disciplined, and if you keep showing up even when it's tough, will follow. Because success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to those who make every moment count. Failure is not the end of the road. It's often the beginning of a new and better path. So many people are afraid of failure, viewing it as something to avoid at all costs. But this fear holds them back from taking risks and seizing opportunities. The reality is that failure is one of the most valuable teachers you can have in your life. It's in those moments of struggle, disappointment, and setback that you learn the most about yourself and what it takes to succeed. Every successful person has faced failure in some form. It could be a business venture that didn't work out, a personal setback that seemed insurmountable, or a dream that fell apart. The key is how you respond to failure. You can choose to let it define you, to give up and abandon your goals, or you can choose to learn from it, grow stronger, and use it as a stepping stone toward your success. The people who choose the latter are the ones who ultimately achieve their goals, because they understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, it's simply a part of the process. One of the greatest gifts of failure is that it helps you build resilience. When you face challenges and setbacks, you develop mental toughness, perseverance, and the ability to bounce back stronger than before. Failure teaches you to adapt, to find new ways of doing things, and to keep moving forward even when the road ahead seems unclear. Without failure, there would be no growth. Through those difficult times that you discover what you are truly capable of and develop the strength to push past your limits. Another important lesson that failure teaches is humility. It reminds us that we don't have control over everything, and that sometimes things don't go according to plan no matter how hard we try. This understanding can help us remain grounded and open to learning rather than becoming arrogant or complacent. Failure helps you realize that success is not guaranteed and that it requires constant effort, self-reflection, and adaptation. This humility keeps you hungry, keeps you striving for improvement, and keeps you open to new possibilities. However, the most important thing failure teaches is the power of persistence. It's easy to give up when things don't go your way, but the real winners are the ones who keep going, even when the odds seem stacked against them. Every failure is a lesson, a chance to reassess, adjust your approach, and try again. Some of the greatest success stories came from people who failed time and time again, but they didn't let that stop them. They learned from their mistakes, refined their strategies, and kept going until they achieved their vision. Failure doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that your dreams are out of reach. It simply means that you're on a journey, and that journey involves learning, growing, and evolving. If you can embrace failure as a necessary part of success rather than a reason to quit, you'll find that every setback is a valuable experience, propelling you toward your goals with newfound wisdom and determination. The people you surround yourself with can either propel you towards success or hold you back. The influence of your circle is undeniable, whether it's your family, friends, colleagues, or mentors. The energy and mindset of those around you have a powerful effect on your own mindset and behavior. Success is rarely a solo journey, and having the right people in your life come in your life, all the difference. Think about it. If you spend most of your time with individuals who are negative, complacent, or unmotivated, that energy will seep into your own mindset. It's hard to stay motivated when those around you are content with mediocrity or stuck in their own self-doubt. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who are driven, passionate, and constantly pushing toward their own goals, that energy becomes contagious. Their ambition will inspire you to push harder, dream bigger, become the best version of yourself. The right circle not only motivates you, but also challenges you. We all have blind spots in areas where we need to grow, and the people around you should be the ones who help you see those areas clearly. A great circle of influence doesn't just support you when things are going well, they challenge you to grow, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to rise above your own limitations. They ask the tough questions, provide constructive feedback, and hold you accountable. They aren't afraid to tell you the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, because they want to see you succeed, and they know that growth often comes from discomfort. Another key aspect of a successful circle is that they should be people who believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. There will be moments on your journey when doubt creeps in and you might feel like giving up. In those moments, it's the people who truly care about you who will remind you of your potential and encourage you to keep going. They'll be the ones who see your strengths, even when you're too caught up in your own struggles to see them. Having people who lift you up in times of self-doubt is essential to maintaining the courage to continue. Your circle should also be full of diverse perspectives and ideas. Being surrounded by people who think like you can be comfortable, but it can also limit your growth. When you seek out individuals from different backgrounds, industries, and experiences, you open yourself up to fresh perspectives and new ways of thinking. This diversity of thought can spark creativity, help you solve problems more effectively, and broaden your understanding of the world. The best ideas often come from the most unexpected sources, so don't limit yourself to a narrow circle. The ultimate test of your circle of influence is the level of trust and respect that exists within it. You want to be surrounded by people who genuinely have your best interests at heart and who want to see you succeed not out of envy or competition, but out of a shared belief in each other's potential. When you have a network built on trust and mutual respect, you'll find that success becomes more attainable. The right people will not only push you to be better, but they'll also celebrate your wins and stand by you in your losses. In the end, the people you choose to spend your time with will either help you climb higher or drag you down. Choose wisely. Seek out individuals who inspire you, challenge you, support you, and believe in you. Your circle of influence should be a constant source of motivation, perspective, and growth. With the right people by your side, you'll be empowered to chase your dreams and build a life that reflects your true potential. Success is not about perfection, it's about action. Too many people wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan before taking any steps toward their goals. The truth is, perfection is an illusion, and waiting for everything to align perfectly will only keep you stuck. Success favors those who take consistent action, even when conditions aren't ideal or when the path forward isn't fully clear. Perfectionism is often the enemy of progress. It's easy to get paralyzed by the idea of doing something perfectly or fear making mistakes. But here's the secret. No one has all the answers from the start. Every successful person has had to figure things out along the way, learning through trial and error. Taking action, whether it's messy or not, is what propels you forward. It's through doing that you gain experience, knowledge, and confidence. The first step is always the hardest. Many people hold off on starting because they're unsure or afraid of making a mistake. But every moment you wait is an opportunity lost. When you take action, no matter how small, you begin to create momentum. Even if your first attempt doesn't work out as planned, the fact that you've started already puts you in a far better position than someone still stuck in the planning stage. It's through those actions that you learn what works, what doesn't, and how to adjust your approach. The key is to embrace the process rather than aim for immediate perfection. You don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. You just need to start. This doesn't mean you should rush into something without any preparation, but it does mean that waiting for all the conditions to be perfect before you take the first step will only keep you in a perpetual state of inaction. There's no ideal time, there's only now. The sooner you act, the sooner you start moving toward your goals. Perfectionism can also create unnecessary stress and pressure. The fear of failure often comes from a desire to do everything just right, but failure isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. Mistakes and setbacks are part of the journey, not roadblocks. The more you try to avoid failure by seeking perfection, the more you risk staying stagnant and never moving forward. Accepting that failure as a natural part of growth allows you to let go of the need to be perfect and instead focus on progress. In fact, one of the best ways to learn is through imperfect action. Each step you take, each project you start, each challenge you face teaches you something valuable. You'll gain insights that you wouldn't have received if you had waited until you felt ready. Perfection is a moving target. By the time you think you've achieved it, new knowledge or challenges will have arisen, making you realize you're not done yet. So why wait for something that will never come? Success is about building momentum, adjusting course, and learning from each experience. It's about taking small, consistent steps in the right direction. It's better to move imperfectly than to remain stagnant waiting for the perfect moment. Action, even if it's not flawless, will always take you farther than inaction ever could. Perfection doesn't lead to success, action does. So start now, take the next step, and trust that progress will follow.